Chicago mom is asking questions tonight about the police response after a terrifying incident. Two men broke into her home while she was there. She called 911, but then she says it took hours for cops to finally show up. NBC5's Regina Waldrop talked to the woman and has reaction from police and the alderman.
And they're moseying real casually down the gangway along.
Her surveillance cameras caught all the action. The homeowner, Michelle, doesn't want us to show her face because police are still looking for the burglars who invaded her home.
The would-be thieves climbed over this 6-foot-tall fence and then made their way to the garage where they tried to get in.
It happened Tuesday just after 12:30 in Wicker Park, and Michelle happened to be inside at the time.
And I was able to look down from my kitchen level into my entry level, and I saw two men wearing masks standing inside my house. And I screamed, "I'm calling the police," and they bolted.
Michelle says she and a neighbor chased them down the street. Then she says she called 911.
They told me dispatch was on the way and to wait outside.
She says she waited and waited and called and called.
Criminal trespass in progress.
But no police.
An hour and a half goes by. I called a sixth time, and I asked to speak to a 911 supervisor. And he suggested I call my alderman. And I said, why would I call my alderman? He said, encourage him to hire more police.
Michelle says more than 4 hours later, officers arrived.
The officers were extremely apologetic, obviously overwhelmed.
Adding more frustration to the day, she says an officer tried to get an evidence tech out, but was denied. Chicago police told us the delay in getting officers to Michelle's home may have something to do with the priority list for routine dispatch calls for 911. The Guide for Radio Communications shows if there's no immediate threat to life, it may be considered a lesser priority for dispatchers.
What could have happened in between? Obviously it didn't. Thank goodness no harm came to me.
In a statement, Alderman Daniel Espada told us he's in contact with 12th District Police leadership and is working with the city on a proposed satellite location in Westtown. Michelle says she's called the alderman's office and is waiting to meet with him. She also wants to make it clear that she's not blaming the police department for having to wait so long for officers. In Wicker Park, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Our thanks to Regina.